Hey, gang, it's been a long time, and I have tried to think of ways to get myself back at the computer to edit some videos, but I've been so busy at work and other places that when I get home on the weekends, I just don't even want to get on the computer. And I have a lot of video to share. So I've been thinking maybe we'll do something different. Got to get back started. Let's just go ahead and do some live videos again. We're in the garage right now and reloading some bullets. I love reloading bullets. It is a good way to pass the time for me. As you see, I don't have my television on. I don't even have music playing right now. I just relax. And you want to do that when you're reloading bullets because you're making something that can blow your hand off potentially. So, it's just the smallest thing. Someone come by and they talk to me or something, and I might forget to put a primer in and drop the powder in, and powder goes everywhere. That hasn't happened in a very long time. But I'm just saying, stuff can happen. You can make some mistakes. I have some dummy rounds around here that I just hold on to that are either they're gonna be bullets I'll never ever shoot because they're gonna be too pressurized or there's something wrong with it. I know this is one that the bullet spins, so if the powder escapes out of that, then that bullet's gonna probably squib and get stuck in the barrel, and your follow-up shot could potentially blow your hand off. So you definitely want to pay attention and stuff like that. Anywho, thank you all for watching. I just saw one comment. I don't know how to really do this. I'm going live from my phone. Let me see if I can pull something up. I know. All right. Tariana, you're watching. I thought about actually asking Brian to go fishing today. Maybe we'll go. So anywho, let's go ahead and get started. Number one, first caution for anyone thinking about reloading: read a book. Don't use any of my videos or anyone else's videos or recipes as the standard. There's a lot to understand when it comes to reloading bullets. Like I said, with this bullet right here, you're making something that explodes, something that the powder burns. Every powder burns at a different rate or method or what have you, and this thing is pressurized, so there's a whole lot to learn. And anywho, so we're doing 9 millimeter, 147 grain. That is not very standard at all, which is why I'm doing it. 9 millimeter and 22 rounds are very inexpensive. They are just they're just too cheap to reload. It's true. What I usually reload is 10 millimeter 45s, and then from there, just for making standard target rounds, I'll do something a little more exotic, a little hotter, defense rounds, things like that. So if you're gonna take the time to reload, you might as well make something good. Don't make garbage. So read a book. You know, we're using Barry's plated bullets. First time I've ever used plated bullets. I use a lot of jacketed bullets, and I use sometimes just barrel lead, depending on what gun I'm shooting. And we're using these plated bullets, but it's the first time for the 147 grain, and I want to test it out. If everything goes well, then I will go to using hollow points. So anywho, the lead value press, the deterrent press, and once you get everything dialed in, I'm telling you all, you just can't just jump in and start doing it. You get everything dialed in, and once you get it there, you might not even want to reload for the day. So what I do is I have a case full of different torrents with the dies in it already where I want it to be. 4510. I think this is 380. 380s are so expensive. Um, they're just a little bit less than the 10 millimeter. They're more than 45. But a lot of people are using 380s for defense, which is nice. So anywho, you got a spent case. That's the old primer inside of it. Can't see because the sun. That's all right. Um, you put it inside the press. knock the old primer out, put a new primer inside of it. We'll seat the primer. About to drop the powder. Powder's dropped. Here's our new bullet. Put it on the side. Push it in. And then we do one last crimp. That last crimp, got that bullet in there nice and good right there. And the thing is by reloading, which is why it's kind of easy to do this video, and I decided to do it, is that a lot of times I'm just sitting here thinking, so you can, it gets a little repetitive in a sense. You just go into a different zone, and next thing you know, you've done 200 bullets without even thinking about it. You know, when it comes to going to the range and shooting, I don't know if many of you shoot, but I'm just not one that just want to see a gun go boom. That's not the point of shooting. I shoot for sport, so every bullet that leaves the barrel of my gun needs to hit the target exactly where I want it to hit it. Does that happen every time? No. That's why I have to practice. But the thing is, that practice is very expensive depending on the gun that you're shooting. Because every time you fire that, you pull that trigger, you, see, just talking with you all, I didn't even crimp this last one. There we go. That's the stuff that can happen, not paying attention. But every time you pull the trigger, you're shooting between 50 cents, $1.50 down the range. And if you missed, that was a waste of money. Right there. If you're not getting good, you might as well stop shooting. Too many times people buy guns, they don't know how to use it, they don't know how to clean it. They just have it on the side saying, you know, I'll have it for an emergency. Hopefully that emergency never ever comes in your life where you need a gun. But sometimes for people, that emergency comes, they don't know how to use the gun. So shooting, just like any other sport, hobby, you need to practice. You need to have an understanding on what you own. It's been said, and I like to believe it for myself, don't own anything you can't use. And that's where we are in America and the rest of the world nowadays. Everyone buys things that they don't read the manuals on or have an understanding on. And we expect other people to do it for us, you know. And I'm not saying you have to do everything. There's no way in the world we can do everything. But I personally like to at least have an understanding on a lot of things so that I can at least protect myself from scams or appreciate the work that someone else is doing for me. You know, when it comes to guns, some people are really fascinated by them, and a lot of people are just really afraid of them. And due to their ignorance and the media and things like that, people are just so against them for no reason. You know, let's ban a gun. Because some people choose to, very few out of the whole majority of people who own guns choose to do evil with them. So let's ban them for everybody. You know, but we have people who choose to do evil with anything, but we're not banning those objects, like, you know. Let's ban a specific gun. Let's ban the AR-15. Because someone kill someone with it. I don't see us banning cell phones because someone is texting and driving. How many people are texting and driving? How many accidents do we have? In my area, there's like an accident every day in the Bay Area. It affects us daily on our commute. Guns don't affect my life at all from the public.
Morning, Jamie.
Good morning.
Sorry.
It's all right.
You want me to tie her up out here or leave her inside?
Distractions. You can put her on the table. Spree, my dog. Yeah, we are about to finish this run up. As I said, this is it's a new bullet recipe I'm using, and I'm not gonna make all of them like this because let's say I get to the range and they don't fire right or that they're actually dangerous. I find like, oh shoot, they're just too hot for the gun I'm gonna use or something like that. Whatever the case, I'm gonna stop. And that means I've only wasted 100 bullets. And it won't be a waste. You know, sometimes you look at it and say, oh shoot, you wasted lane. Well, if you continue to go through, you might hurt yourself. So sometimes you just gotta cut your losses. Let's see where I am. I try not to always, whenever there's an interruption reloading, finish at the end step and start back up at the beginning step so I can make sure that I won't get lost in the fray or what have you. Real world, and those distractions. Let's get back started. If I just want to keep on reloading, I'll show you all. See, just those distractions. I'm not even thinking straight. I was about to take that out. Didn't need to go. Just waiting for the car to leave. So I just stay in the reload mood because I did want to go fishing. I thought about going and taking a boat out or something. But we might just go to a different caliber. I need to get some new 10. That's a new 45. Actually, I love going to the gun shows and you know, some people, you know, I like to think that I'm a fair person. I don't. I sell a lot of stuff online and I buy a lot of stuff online. It's not just from stores like Amazon, but I will go through and buy from the general public or some of the forums I'm on. I try to be fair when I sell things, and especially when I buy things. And you know, there's a few vendors at the gun shows who always want to make a deal, and I'm down for that. So we have some, yeah, uh, bought some new 9 hollow points, and I don't reload for 9, y'all. This is just my first time, you know, starting everything up. But the 45 is my favorite caliber. It is absolutely my favorite caliber, and I know it's slow. I mean, but it's just nothing like shooting a 45 or 1911. It feels the best out of any gun to shoot. But I reload the most 10 millimeter, and so we might do that. The one that is surprisingly the toughest, which for whatever reason is the 380. And the 380s are so expensive these days, so I reload those just to beat the price. But with the 380, you have, especially depending on the grain, I'm only using 90 grain hollow points for 380, but the cases are so small, and getting everything calibrated was a little tough because I ended up seeing the bullet in way too far. That's just created a lot of pressure. So don't want to do that. Another thing I do, because when you're reloading, you're picking up your own brass. I try to use all nickel plated brass. It just makes picking up your brass and spotting it easier. And everyone wants your nickel plated brass. They see your nickel plated brass because the manufacturer will charge you more for nickel plated brass when you're buying bullets and things like that. So here's some that's just mixed up. I'll buy brand new brass. Well, I'll buy a lot of spent cases once fired. Even for people who don't reload, sometimes they go shoot. I'm like, hey, hey, save your brass. I will buy your brass because that's where they'll rip you off. If you buy everything retail, especially not buying it in bulk to reload, you're probably going to stop because it seems like it's way more expensive to reload than just buying your bullets. Because either way around, the retail world is trying to get every dime out of you. So you have to look elsewhere to find your bullets. Not just learn the secret too. Um, I don't do it yet, but some people cast their own lead bullets. And it's like, why buy lead? If you go to the store to buy lead, they're going to charge you by the weight, just about. But one guy told me, he said, you know what you do? Go to Craigslist or somewhere and find someone's diving belt. A diving belt, those lead diving belts. They probably sell it to you for like the flea market or something for $20 just to get rid of it. So you go and get your lead from anywhere else. Another secret to get lead, tire shops. They balance your wheels out with those lead pieces, and they're discarding that stuff at the end of the day. They're just gonna have a barrel of it. So go work out a deal at a tire shop to go get some of that old lead. That's man, that little stuff like that is awesome. Let's go ahead and do 6 more of these puppies. I used to reload by hand with a hand press. That's how I started off, so I could learn everything. I still have hand press and hand primer and all of that stuff because the beauty with that is I can take it with me to the range and make some loads right there on the spot, test out small variations, or you know everything goes bad, we're on the run or what have you because the world is in chaos. I just can't take a whole reloading stand, so I can take the hand press and go from there. Look at that. The little things. Not paying attention. Not paying attention. But using a torrent press, man, it just makes things so much faster. And especially being able to change out the where am I? Being able to change out the whole spindle. So if I just want to go to 380 right now, I'll take off my auto dropper. And in fact, not only will I take off the auto dropper, we'll finish this up and I'll show you. I'll take off the auto dropper. And the way this auto dropper works is the measuring tool is right here. But what I did, I bought a ton of these measurers right here so that for every caliber, they're actually put away in different, for different calibers. I've already measured them out. I would just have to take this off and I write down what caliber it's for. Like you see on these hoppers, I have written down the powder that's inside of it. And each one of these things, these are hand um, droppers, so I can just do it manually. Um, they're already calibrated to a certain grain and things like that. So I just keep this stuff on the side. But the beauty is this is one type of powder and this is another type. I can close them up and interchange them. I can put this one back on here. So, just having a good setup makes things so much more efficient. And if it's efficient, you will actually continue to do it. If you have to put everything away, then you're probably not going to do it. To make this thing portable, this is just a regular little work table. At first, I was using on my drill press, but it's just on a 2x4. I have this press mounted to a 2x4, and I'm using some C clamps clamped to the table, and it's been sturdy enough and work. So, um, but if I ever need my workbench back, I just take the whole 2x4 up and I'll clamp it on something else, get it out of the way. But yeah, that's makes things a lot better. Let's finish this little case up. I have to think about this. And I look on this, I'm like, okay, I didn't crimp that one. See it? Yeah. I was about to move on. And the last thing you want is to have a bullet that gets stuck in the barrel of your gun. You are hosed. You are hosed. Especially if you don't realize that it squid and your next shot is disastrous. Sometimes we're kind of silly in life and we're thinking, oh no, I just destroyed my gun. We're not thinking that, oh no, I could have blown off my hand. You know, you hear stories where kids get killed because they left their iPhone on the railroad track, or we break body parts trying to protect our phones. Sometimes we put these objects above ourselves, and it's not about the object, it's about you. Stuff is really replaceable. But if you use caution, everything works out in the end anyhow. There we go. Two more. There's nothing like using your own bullets anyhow. Just makes it fun. One more and we'll be done with that. Alright, 100 rounds of 147 grain 9mm. So that's gonna be, maybe we'll use it today. So let's say I am looking at this and I'm like, okay, great. I want to reload for some 380. So let's actually do that. We need to get some more 380s because I actually like my 380 recipe. And those are all hollow points. So let's swap everything out and go to 380s. Let me just, I keep all of my notes actually online in my OneNote account. But as I'm reloading, I keep my recipes. And not only do I use recipes I'll find, but if I make a variation, I have my notes that I eventually I'm going to put in online so I can always find it. Let's see here. That's my 380 recipe right there. As you're making recipes, you always want to use a caliper because make sure you get that proper sizing. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to lock this hopper down. We're going to lock it down actually for two reasons. The thing I found with the 380 is that I could not I could not get the powder dropper to actually, get into a good spot. I couldn't get it calibrated to drop accurately using the auto dropper, so I started using the manual um, dropper. So that's what we're going to continue today. We're not going to change anything else. I'm not going to calibrate it for the video. Let's get our 380 spindle out. Put this puppy inside of here. So what we're going to do from there, modify an old Harbor Freight cone. This isn't my cone, but that'll fit. We'll put it in there like that. Get our dropping tray. Okay, 3.5, I'm not sure everything stays the same, blah, blah, blah. Now what you want to do, because when you're reloading, environmental conditions can change things, like it's windy outside now, pressures in the world, all that type of stuff. It should be 38. We're using 38 for these guys. Can make your scales not work right or anything else, so you really want to do some test drops and make sure you're still getting what you thought you were getting or what you were getting in the previous time. So let's pull out the scale and see what we're getting. Gonna calibrate it. Calibration test passed. Let's tear out the weight. Great. Alright. I always give it a few taps. Try to get what I want. Yep. That one hit just spot on. Just spot on the exact where we do. We'll do it at least just one more time. I'm not expecting this to change. Yeah. Very, very consistent. Alright, so we're happy with that. So let's change our tray. As you all see, as it comes for reloading the 380, just a different caliber change, I'm already ready to go. What I'm doing right now is just changing out the other variables. And 380s and 9mm, they're so similar in size. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this 9 case out of here too, just in case I were to mistakenly grab one. That wouldn't necessarily hurt for 9mm. It'd just be a 90 grain hollow point, maybe underpowered. Should still shoot. Alright, so we got some new 380 brass right here. Let's start off with a few pieces. Same primers. They're already loaded up, didn't have to change any of that at all. So let's get some bullets. Let's get some bullets. There you are right there. What's up, Bree? My little pup over here. All right. What's up, Bree? Hold on, people. Pause for the call. Come on, let's go. Where you trying to go? Huh? Coming back here? Here's your little bed. All right, we're back. All right, let's turn that scale off. I forgot the thing was on. I'm telling you, there are people, there are just certain days I come home and I don't go fishing or something, so it's like, let me do something that is as relaxing, and it's this. Here, Bree, come here. Come here. Good girl. Okay, you can go out. You can go outdoors, say hi. Alright, I think you want to still see. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with these 380s. Let me make sure my proof of concept works. I just told you all I can change the calibers just like that. And these don't have an old primer in it. They've already been deprimed. They're extremely clean. Is this the right? Okay, Bree, come on. Okay, well, you gotta stay in here then. Okay, bye. Make sure that, yeah, that's one thing I do have to change. The case holder is different for the 380 and 9mm. Alright, so. Alright, now the case fits in great. Boom. Let's see, new primer. Seat that primer. Drop that guy. Y'all see what I did? Y'all see that? I just told you earlier I haven't done that in a long time. What we did this time was we didn't raise the we didn't raise the case up. I was too busy. Any little distraction, I'm gonna have to clean up this powder. Any little distraction, can have you messing up. And I hate when I do that and get powder everywhere. I just hate for my equipment to be messed up or dirty. Doggone it. There's a time where I've made some bullets where I didn't put the powder inside of it. And things like that. So, I mean, man. Doggone it. There's our 380. There's our 380. Man, always have the shop vac handy. Trying to show off. And I messed up. And I did it again. let me reset. I'm thinking about too much stuff. I'm actually thinking about the mess I'm gonna have to clean up and everything else. And the biggest thing is the resetting of my mind. Usually with the auto dropper, I am pressing the button and dropping the powder when I raise it up. With this one, I'm going right to let me get my powder dropped, but I'm not, you know, we're just sometimes a caliber change is not good. Maybe I should have got up and moved around a little bit so I can reset my mind. Let's see. If we can't get this right the first 5, then I'm going to have to just stop for a minute. Using Hornady XTP for these hollow points. 90 grain. Go up. There we go. That's the step. Don't drop that powder unless I'm already set. I'm going really slow here, people. You know, once you get dialed in, you just become a robot. But just gotta get dialed in. And I did it again. Wow. I can't even get through doggone 4 bullets. Let's breathe. We're gonna have to reset because we're dropping powder everywhere. This is inexcusable. If this was any other video, you all will not be seeing this. I would edit this mess out. This is embarrassing. You know, I changed the calibers and now I'm just going scatterbrain on me. Let's do this. Not sure if you all could tell what I did, what happened right there. I mean, the bullet, I didn't even put a new primer in the case. I just started dropping powder. It's terrible. This is why, I mean, I told you all, I mean, reloading bullets is not something you should do when your mind is too busy. You're making something that can doggone hurt somebody. Get stuck in a barrel and you not realize it. That's why sometimes it's not good to get reloads from other people. You really need to trust the people that you're getting your reloads from. Even companies that reload bullets and sell them at gun shows and stuff. It's just, you're taking a risk in reloaded bullets. You can't trust the source. You know, I can talk all this crap and you all saw me, you know, go through and make some mistakes by not paying attention. So, tell myself if I can't get through 5 and we're down 3 out of 4 have been a mistake. So let's see, okay, no primer. Start back there. Primer in the case. We'll talk through this. Great. Rub. Powder. Great. Powder is ready to be dropped. Great. Let's go back. Bullet. Damn. Okay, let's see. Number 5. Let's change to 10. Great. Alright. Right there. Seed it. Ready for powder. Great. Great. Something a little different about that case. case I'm using right now are not brand new cases. They are used once fire cases. When you pick up your own cases, always inspect them. You know, I clean my cases, so I touch all of these cases a few times, even when I buy cases from people. Sometimes I buy dirty cases, so I have to put them in my cleaner. And so I'm always inspecting the case. Cases from Glocks you have to pay close attention to. Um, yeah. See, I had to catch myself. I was already reaching for the bullet without having powder in the case. And the biggest thing, people, I never reload talking to people. I'm usually reloading alone. Hence why at the very beginning I said, you know, you want to make sure you don't have any distractions when you're reloading. And I have camera rolling, I have my dog with me. So, but once you find a zen place where this is the only thing you're thinking about, you're in the zone. Come on, sit in there. Why won't you see? This company says that their brass is supposed to seat really easy and things like that because of the way they clean it. And this one is not doing that. It's not seating at all. So what's going on? Is it the press? Looks like, I don't know if it got stuck or what. We'll throw that primer away and we'll start over. Let's put a new primer in there. Usually I use CCI primers, and these are Winchester primers, and I have some Federal primers as well. So I mean, but my favorite are the CCI. Come on, Bree. Starting to find the groove now, huh? Barely made through 10. Let's see if these next 10 can actually be good. I let my wife try to reload the other day, and she was making some learning mistakes. Like that's sometimes you gotta go through that. And then you know why you do the things that you start to do for good practice, or even when other people tell you to do something. There's a reason why. Actually, about to start reloading for the rifle. Just need to get some case lube. Why reload? Well, if you live in California, I mean, they are just, look at that, people. They're just being really stupid with a lot of these laws right now. And We can't even buy ammo online anymore. I mean, you're already getting ripped off with so much stuff in California. High taxes. Talking. Let's stop and pause. You're getting ripped off so much in California with taxes. The prices of everything is already more expensive than anywhere else. And you go to the gun shops and the retail stores, and everyone's selling ammo for much higher prices. So it makes practicing for a lot of people hard. They have to think about, do I want to go and spend X amount of dollars to practice? And like I said, now you can buy ammo online and have it shipped to your door. All these stupid laws everyone's voting on does not stop a disaster or somebody from doing something stupid. Only people it affects are the majority of us, the law-abiding citizens. You know, a lot of people, they just like to think that the only people who are owning guns or anything are insane, crazy criminals, paranoid, or anything else like that. When they're voting for more laws that would make me say that about them, you know. So reloading, saves money. It's actually another hobby. Thanks, California gave me another hobby. That's fun. Um, which I didn't really want to do, other than maybe do something for sporting. But now I'm doing it a lot of times out of necessity now, because there are some calibers that are just hard to find, especially at a decent price. So if you can reload it for yourself instead of paying $1.50 for a rifle round or something, you might be able to get close to 40 cents. And that's where I'm down on a lot of my bullets. Let's say 9mm being the cheapest you can usually get $10, and that's high. Usually if I'm gonna buy 9mm, I'd rather pay $8 for a box of 50 target rounds. But $10, the way it almost seems for a lot of these bullets, they're trying to charge you at least 50 to 75 cents a round. Then you have to add taxes on top of that. With reusing brass, buying new bullets, and just buying some powder, I'm usually in average about a 20, 20 cent, depending on the caliber, and sometimes even less than that if I can get a good deal at some of these shows. I think we're gonna pause on these 380s. I'm making a lot of mess by talking to you all and everything else. So what I might do is we might just go ahead and reset this video so I can get it off of reloading, and we'll just hang out in the garage. So we got these test rounds, and we got a few 380 rounds. So, this is actually one of the things I do at night. It's probably easiest to do at night, not thinking about going anywhere, thinking about what I'm going to do for the day, or anyone walking by. I'm just sitting here and resetting. Let's see if we ever got any comments or anything. We got a low battery, so we might have to get off of here pretty soon. Let's see how this works. DJ talking about he's catching big crappie in Georgia. I wish I was. I think that's what I'll go ahead and do. Let's go ahead and go fishing. So anywho, you all, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave those below. If you have any comments, even if you just want to laugh at me wasting and dropping all that powder everywhere. Hope you learn from it to not have a distraction. I started off at the very beginning of this video saying you don't want to reload when you have distractions. And I just showed you all time and time again why you don't want to reload when you have distractions. So, Bree, what are we gonna do today? We cut the grass already. I think it's time to go fishing. I think that's just the bottom line. So let's get the boat. Maybe I'll start back filming again when we're fishing. You all, again, thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram, same name, Jamie Aston. I post a lot more content on Instagram these days. And for anyone that's still there, you know, I will soon be doing a giveaway on a Stanley cooler. Um, I'm an ambassador for Stanley now. Thanks, Stanley, for just doing YouTube videos. So I have some other gear too, not just these coolers. I have some other items I'm gonna be giving away, a whole box of stuff. Um, but there was some I was gonna go with that. Oh yeah, go to Stanley brand, and you can get 30% off of any purchase, any cooler, 30% plus free shipping with my name, Jamie Aston, at StanleyPMI.com. You know, so that's pretty cool too. So anywho, giveaway to come. DJ, I might just do that. We'll go live fishing. So thank you all for watching. Again, questions, concerns, anything else. Even if you just want to talk about guns on the opposite side, you're not pro gun or what have you. Let's talk. I love the debate. You know, and it's not even debate. It's we can all learn from one another. But I hope everyone stays safe and consider all of us. You know, we're not all criminals. You know. All right. Jamie Aston and Bree, we're out of here. So I can figure out how to turn this thing off.